All right, welcome everybody to the PAB meeting for today, October 13th. I'll start off with introductions. I'm Larry Knox, Chair of the PAB. Mr. Cadet.
Good evening, I'm Daniel Cadet Sr. I'm holding the PAB Alliance seat.
Dr. Harrison.
I'm Bob Harrison. I'm a council representative.
Marina.
I am Marina Pacheco Walker, Secretary to the Board.
Reverend Nikoloff.
We have Matthew Nikoloff, Board Member for City Council, South District.
Rabbi Settle.
I'm Rabbi Dora Settle, Northwest Council seat.
Now Reverend Harvey.
I'm Ricky Harvey, the mayor's appointee.
And we have a couple board members that may be joining later. And actually, Judy, can you? We are live. We can get our interpreter. I don't see her camera. Is it on? There we go. Oh, there you go. Okay. Yep. Thank everybody for joining us. I do want to say a few words before we potentially go into executive session. So it's been an interesting week at the PAB since our last meeting. One thing I do want to say from meetings with staff, conversations with staff, conversations with board members, I'm convinced, and I think our board is that everybody that is working here in the agency and supports the agency is committed to the work happening, is committed to the goals of the PAB, and is committed to making sure that what the citizens voted for is seen and fully happening, working in the way that it needs to be. Right now, we're going through some growing pains of getting there, all on the same page. But I do want to say that as we're having these discussions and as we're making these decisions in regards to what happens within the agency, the work is continuing, and everybody, I believe, at our agency is committed to doing what they applied for, what they fought for, and what they were hired to do, which was serve the community and help provide police accountability. So that is still happening, but we need to do it in a better way, which is what the board is committed to continue working on, and what our staff is doing, while also fighting for what they feel is best for the agency. And I do mean that from all aspects of the agency. I do want to say, there was a lot of conversation about a meeting that happened that wasn't a good meeting. With our staff a week and a half ago with our acting manager. I was there at the meeting. There's been a lot of back and forth, in the media about what happened at that meeting, and I do want to say, from my perspective, I was at that meeting. It could have gone a lot better, but our acting manager, I think, and I believe, from my conversations with him there and afterwards and with others, pushed himself to attend a meeting that he shouldn't have been at for health reasons. And why that's, in this work, we often push ourselves more than we should when it affects, your performance, which it did in that meeting, end up, without a good result, and ended up with assumptions being made about, what was going on with his health, which he spoke about in more detail today in a statement. I do want to say that, I feel, and as somebody at the meeting, that he was pushing himself more than he should have, but that there was nothing else nefarious going on in regards to potential reasons of why he was not, fully, at his normal speed and at that meeting. These are times where conversations are had publicly, that thoughts are had publicly, when there's a lot of tension that aren't always helping us move forward. Our work and the board is focused on that, and that's where we're going to go with our staff and continue to improve with our current leadership. I do want to say in conclusion that, number one, if you call with a complaint, if you call with a policy idea, that call will be answered, and there will be follow-up work happening with that. and that will continue. And number two, as we go into as we move into a consideration of going to executive session, that the work that we are talking about is focused on what the people voted for, and making sure that we are putting ourselves in a place within the agency to make that happen, and in a way that's best for the public and also for our workers. And that's all I'll say on that. Thank you for your time. I will make a motion now to go into, I'm sorry, anybody else have anything they want to add before I make the motion? Okay. All right, I will make a motion to go in executive session to talk about potential litigation and personnel issues.
Second.
Okay, how do we
Amber?
vote? I see Knox in favor, Nikolov in favor, Settle in favor, Cadet in favor, Harrison in favor. Dr. Reverend, how do you vote? In favor, okay. Motion carries.
All right, move into executive session. Thank you.
All right, and we will return